The midterms are tomorrow. Finally, it's here. But guess what? Inflation is crushing people. They're terribly worried about money and how to provide for themselves and their families. But if Democrats admit the pain their policies have caused, it's also an admission of their failure. So they have chosen to go the dishonest route. Instead of tackling what concerns people most, the cratering economy, with no relief in sight and a government that doesn't seem to give a rip. So what do you do when your agenda has tanked? Well, you try and distract aching voters with hyperbole and nonsense, with unsupported claims about the world as we know it ending in a whimper when democracy is finally drowned in an impending red wave. Just listen to House Majority Whip James Clyburn as he tries to whip voters into a frenzy. Jim?
Democracy will be ended. The world will continue to exist. The world was here before Hitler. The world was here after Hitler. That's what we're saying. No, the world will not end. The kind of world we have, the kind of country we have, we've got to decide how do we want to exist in this world.
In a Tommy Bahama shirt. Well, if you exercise your democratic right to vote for the minority party because the party in power can't even acknowledge the myriad of crippling crises, then by engaging in said democracy, you will be killing it. It makes so much sense. Have you ever sniffed a more rancid pile of freedom-smothering horse crap? I get that all these geriatric freaks in power are senile, but this sentiment is so illogical and embarrassing. It is elder abuse to keep people like him in office. If there is, in fact, a red wave, it's because of people like James Clyburn and Joe Biden who think voters are dumb and they're unwilling to take responsibility for their ultra-progressive failed experiment. So they're trying to toss democracy as we know it on the ballot. And the subtext is so thick you could choke on it. But let me translate. Donald Trump is Hitler. Hitler controls the Republican Party. If you vote for a Republican, you're burning down the Reichstag. Anyone who earned Trump's endorsement is implicitly an election denier. And even if those candidates win outright, election results will somehow still be denied. But don't tell this to Stacey Abrams or Hillary Clinton, two of the most robust election deniers the modern world has produced. Denying election results is a symptom of a soft society where trophies for all babies can't stand losing. It also knows no party. The idea that one party should go unchallenged, regardless of their horrible results and ineptitude, is so antithetical to freedom and democracy, it's pretty much authoritarianism in action. Anyone who espouses such nonsense should be disqualified from public service. It's embarrassing for them, their constituents, and our country. Now, if you're miserable, don't vote for the same kind of people who feed you constant misery. You owe your vote to no one, and no politician or party is entitled to it. Standing up to powerful establishment forces doesn't weaken this country. It makes it stronger and better, and dare I say, great. Hyperbole is the language of the desperate. This may not be the most important election of our lifetime. It never really is, but they say it every time. But it would be a great election to show these blowhards the door once and for all, and that's the memo.